Hey friends, so I was thinking, as I tend to do, and I was thinking to myself, what's something that I can share to help somebody find their purpose? Now that sounds like a really big task. How do I find my purpose? There's many ways to go about that, and there are many steps and factors involved. However, I'm just going to share with you one tip that really helps allow you to find meaning and purpose in your life. This works in times when you are feeling down, in times when you are feeling up. This is something that I have done for years and still continue to do to this day. And that one thing is to assign meaning to what you do. Now let me elaborate. Our brain is amazing, and it does this thing where we label and compartmentalize pretty much everything, and we do it automatically. Now, through doing such practices as meditation, you can help to let go of those judgments, those expectations, those labels that the mind tends to create. And the more we label meaning to things in our life, the more we create a story and a thread. You can take that much deeper, and that's actually how karma is created. The more we label and assign meaning, the more we create a story, the more that creates karma, because we are now acting within the beliefs we have from the labeling of things that we experience in our life. You can utilize this amazing skill that your brain has by creating your own meaning. Let's say you work at a job that you have to work at to get this money to pay your bills, right? As many of us do. Let's say you work at a coffee shop, which I have worked at several in my life. So you work at a coffee shop, and your main tasks are to work the register, take drink orders, make drinks, coffee, tea, etc. And those might seem like mundane tasks, and maybe you feel like you're not making much of a difference in the world. So when you find yourself feeling bored or feeling lethargic in doing these tasks, it's because you have created very little importance to doing them. When you assign your own meaning to what you do, not only can you help keep your life and these mundane tasks more fun and interesting and engaging for you, but you also can heighten your sense of purpose in the world. So instead of thinking, oh, I'm just working at a coffee shop and making drinks for people, that's not that special. Begin to assign meaning to your life and the tasks you do in this way. I'm so thankful that I have this job that pays me for my service and my expertise in this area. The work I do makes a difference. By taking special care in crafting these drinks for people, I'm helping to add a little bit of enjoyment and improvement in their day. Every time I smile at somebody, it helps to improve their day, which makes me feel good. Even though I'm doing seemingly small tasks, this can stack and amount to bigger positive change throughout my day and the day of others who I interact with. Every time you have to clean a table or sweep a floor or restock product, tell yourself the story that what you're doing is important, it's valuable. You're keeping a space clean. You're upholding integrity of the place that you work in. You help support your teammates, your coworkers. You help create the environment of the space that you're in and keep it welcoming for guests and clients and customers. This has been something that I have found to be incredibly impactful for me in my early journey, because not everybody is born incredibly privileged. Many of us have to work at jobs in order to work up the ladder, or simply that's just the best options we have available. So anything you can do to take the initiative to label the tasks that you must do as important, as necessary and needed, as appreciated. That's another thing that I find important. Every time you do an action or a service at your job, think to yourself, I'm appreciated for the work I'm doing. People notice and appreciate what I do for them. People notice the little details that I put into my work and my service, and they appreciate it. Say things like that to yourself. The best part about this is you don't even have to say this out loud, and you don't even have to make it known to anyone else. This is just something you tell yourself. Now, I use the example of work, but you can absolutely apply this to family and relationships, or mundane things that you must do, like brushing your teeth or getting dressed. That extra step of doing your hair in the morning or putting on lotion on your body. Those might seem like little extras, but tell yourself, this is necessary. This is part of my self-care. This is going to help me feel better for longer throughout the day. This is going to help me feel more confident. This is going to help me feel more comfortable, to appear more healthy. You can honestly tell yourself any story you want, because that's part of how you create your life. You get to assign and label what things mean to you, because we can't completely stop the way our brain likes to compartmentalize, label, and judge things. However, we can utilize that to our best advantage. Create the story you want. If If you do this, I promise you are going to see significant positive changes in your life. Now, a little word of caution. This technique is not meant to use to gaslight yourself. That means if you're doing something that's very uncomfortable or crosses a boundary, don't try to rewrite it and relabel it as something that's okay and comfortable for you. If something is really upsetting to you, take a moment in your own time and really analyze why it bothers you and be honest with yourself. See if that crosses any boundaries. See if that really truly makes you uncomfortable in a way that cannot be managed or solved. Like if you're in an unhealthy relationship, do not try to reason with yourself why you should stay in that relationship and why it's actually not as bad as you may be experiencing. Really analyze that and determine for yourself if something is workable or if something simply needs to be left behind. I hope you found this empowering to take back your power and rewrite your story, and definitely utilize this technique as much as you can. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, a wonderful week ahead, and remember to stay grounded, my friends.